This Could Get Dicey is a D&D podcast about dudes being bros. What adventures will they get into? Only time will tell. Like the name suggests, this podcast could get dicey. Content warnings can be found in the episode description. Hello, and welcome to This Could Get Dicey, a D&D podcast where a group of buds get to unwind from their 9-to-5s and step into the world of Drew Gala. My name is Destiny Nieto, I play Loomis Bjorn, and before things get a little too dicey, I'd just like to say it's a beautiful day to have a matcha latte 3 days in a row.
You be
Hell
loving
yeah.
the matcha lattes.
I'd be
matcha.
loving them.
Where did you have your matchas from? Or no free advertising?
I can do free advertising, they're local. Companies. Well, the first of the 3-day sprint was I made my own,
Nice.
Fuck yeah.
which was good. And then the next one was at Spokesman, which is a local coffee shop here in Austin. Very good.
I have one by me now.
Ooh, is it by a climbing gym?
Yep.
Are all of them? I think all
I
of
think
them
I
are.
think they're all attached to climbing gyms.
Weird.
It's their shtick. And then the third one was actually a place in San Antonio that I don't remember the name. Sorry, San Antonio.
San Antonio.
Which one was the best? Say your own.
I wish I could say my own. I'm just not that good at making warm matcha lattes at home. I got iced matcha lattes down here. The warming of the milk just screws up whenever I do it at home. But I have to go with Spokesman.
Do you have a preference to iced or hot?
No, it depends on the temperature outside.
What's the issue when you warm the milk up?
I just don't get it warm enough.
Okay.
I don't have the proper tools.
I see.
I was like, is it a patience thing?
Yeah.
Yes. The tool I do not have is patience.
I had a matcha latte today with lavender foam, and I normally don't like lavender flavoring, but matcha cone lavender is a nice pairing.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, my name is Alex Villarreal. I play Ellis Vendove, and it is a beautiful day to go to a all-day rock and roll music festival, baby.
Hell yeah.
How was it?
It was. I was nervous that I would get tired, and want to go home, and I didn't get tired, and I didn't want to go home.
Okay.
And
That's awesome.
It was like absolutely a blast. I went to the Not So Fun Weekend Festival put on by Parade of Flesh. Shout out Parade of Flesh. Great job, whoever you are.
I have a question, Alex, because I saw on your story that you were posting some of the shows or whatever, and obviously there's people like moshing like crazy at those concerts. There was one guy who literally looked like nobody caught him. Did that guy just fall?
Oh, I saw multiple people jump, and it looked like nobody caught them. And every time it happened, I went, "Oh, I hope you're good."
This was it was like a pretty big guy, and he just looked like he just like walked off the stage, and I was like, "Oh."
Yeah. it's a pretty I don't like hardcore dancing. I don't like moshing. I don't like stage diving. I have a bad back, and I'm 31 years old, and I have to go to work on Monday. But it is like you have to jump, I think, in a certain way for people to like be like, all right, I got you. But if you jump in a way where people are just like, fuck that, and they move out of the way, you will just go straight to the floor. And it's at like the stage is at least like a 5-foot stage, so you are just jumping off a 5-foot ledge onto gravel. And but arguably these people, if you go to these things and you participate in,
You kind of almost like want the bruises and the broken bits.
Like this is like, it's very much like sanctioned violence, where everybody's looking out for each other, and nobody, like, ideally nobody is like being, actually, it's like, it's almost like theater, but like it's a basic understanding that like if you participate in this, you are probably gonna get hurt.
It's like a contact sport.
Yeah,
It
it
is.
really can be.
And I'll be honest too, Alex. I listened to all of the clips you posted, and I was like, you know what? I'm so glad Alex likes this music. Not for me. That's just
That's totally
just not
understandable.
for me.
It's totally understandable. I mean, I think of most people. I don't think I really know anybody other than my one friend that I went with. It's totally understandable to not like hardcore music. It's aggressive music. It's very, very loud, and it's very, very violent.
And like these people are moshing, I'm just like, I wish I felt impassioned by something like that, you know?
I mean,
wish
me
something would
too.
move my spirit in such a way.
Yeah, exactly. My spirit is not moved. Maybe I just need to find the genre that'll move my spirit like that.
I was thinking about it after, like, it's like the kind of cultural like significance around just like dancing like extends past creed and class and culture and like genre of music. Everybody likes to dance.
Creed, and I thought you meant the band.
Creed, the hardcore band.
Oh.
I forgot about them.
You
Really
know,
laid
they
the
headline
groundwork.
Creed. And it's like, you know, there's a dance for every type of music, and for this one specific type of music, it's like it's literally karate.
Yeah.
There was one band that was playing, and right before like a big heavy breakdown where everybody's supposed to mosh, the lead singer was just like karate, 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 and guess what? Everybody started doing karate, and it was
Wow.
awesome.
How many shirts did you buy?
Well, Destiny, that's the main reason why I went. My main reason was to buy T-shirts, and buy T-shirts I did.
That was the main
I
reason
bought-
you went?
Alex
I mean-
literally texted me a couple days before, and he was like, "Hey, do you know the bag policy at this venue?" And I was like, "No, but I know someone that works the door. Hold on."
Now, I mean, the main reason is that like Austin, Texas is not like a hardcore city. Like bands don't come here, and this is the second year of this festival, and it's kind of putting Central Texas on the map in terms of this genre of music. And ideally, this festival continues, but if it doesn't, most of these bands don't come here, and a lot of these bands I'll probably never see. Like the headlining band, I'll probably never see again for the rest of my life, maybe, because they don't play that often. And so my main goal was like show up here and buy T-shirts, and I did. I bought 5 T-shirts from 5 different bands,
Hell yeah!
and I was happy the whole time. I was stoked. I love buying T-shirts.
Was there a like no bag policy, so you had to wear all the shirts all day?
There was like you could bring in a bag and they would search it. I just feel weird about it. I also didn't want to carry a backpack all day, so I had a fanny pack on, and I had all the T-shirts like on the. But 5 T-shirts on a fanny pack
Yeah.
strap is a lot of T-shirts. And then it also got really cold, so I put on 2 of the 5 T-shirts.
Nice.
So I was wearing 3
Nice.
T-shirts like walking around. It was very funny.
That's pretty hardcore.
Yeah, I look so cool.
Hello, I'm Kenny Chilton, and I play Emil Mazak, and it's a beautiful day to do 6 hours of yard work.
Ooh.
Okay.
I was looking forward to this kind of all week. And then I got a little bit of a scare yesterday with the wind and the cold, and thought I wasn't going to be able to do it. And when I woke up, the winds were like 30 miles an hour, and I still thought I wasn't going to be able to do it. But it turned out to be a beautiful day to do
What
6
kind?
hours of yard work.
Mowing the lawn, trimming the
I mowed.
trees.
I edged. I
Fuck
Stop.
yes.
Quit it. And then we had some branches that came down in a windstorm earlier this week that I had to like saw up and cut up. That took a long time. I have 3 giant dogs, so I had to clean up after them in the yard. It took a lot of time. And our front yard was just kind of a mess in general, with like weeds and stuff. So I was taking care of that. But it was just nice to like, man, I wish I could have a job that was like just manual labor.
Kenny, you always propose these as if these are like fantasy jobs that don't exist or not real. Like, you can get a job doing yard work.
Brother,
know.
if you want to give it all up and let's start a landscaping business, I would do it.
I
I
will
would be a
be
lands-
y'all's first
I would be a landscaper.
client.
First client.
Destiny has been trying to trick me into starting a garden in her yard for
I
like
know.
2 years now.
I think I've said on this podcast before that ever since I moved into this new place I'm living in, I like miss mowing my lawn because I don't have a lawn anymore. And Dusty's like, come on over and mow my lawn.
Come on over mine too. It takes 6 hours because it's so big. So yeah, 6 hours with a push mower. it's a lot. So if you ever want to share the load a little bit, come do your part, man.
It's a community, right?
But I closed all my rings on my workout watch without even doing any exercise today.
Nice. I don't think I replied to that.
I did.
Becky did. It's fine. Becky's got me.
I got a good one on you today, Destiny, when you did your PM walk. It was 7 p.m. when I sent the notification, and it said it was something like get started early.
Yeah, like always early on the grind or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh,
and I was like,
whoops.
it is 7 p.m. Why is this even an
7
option?
p.m.
And then the other day I was trying to message Kenny something, and all of the responses were rude. They were like, ugh.
Oh, yeah. You sent me a really rude one. What was it? It was like so mean. Oh, there's one from Destiny. It just says, be nice with a sad face.
What are these
things?
What is this?
It's like the automatic generated responses to when people like close their rings or do their stand rings, or
We get
know,
like
do an
notifications
exercise.
when one of us does a workout or something.
yeah. As in, but like, why are the responses so not just like
Some of
good
them are like,
job?
cool, great job,
Some
nice.
of them are,
And then some,
but some of them are so random. Becky's the other day, I did a 1 hour workout. I burned 653 calories. And Becky said, don't waste your time.
Why is that even an option?
I don't know.
That's so counterintuitive.
Hello, my name is Becky Schmader. I am the game master for This Could Get Dicey, and it's a beautiful day to go monster hunting.
Oh, we're back to talking about video games. It's been a while.
Big ones, small ones, blue ones, green ones.
All of them.
I saw some clips from this game. It looks good, dude.
Incredible. It is such a good game. So I'm talking about Monster Hunter Wilds. I played a little bit of World, and I played a decent amount of Rise, and this one like blows them out of the water. So I'm not a Monster Hunter head.
No metalhead. No hardcore
metalhead.
fan.
Yeah, you're not a hardcore kid.
But it's
like me.
it's a good game. It's a good
Hell yeah. What does your kitty cat look like?
I was about to ask the same
My
question.
Palico is like a orangish brown color. And he has a little paw print mark on his chest,
right.
which is a common Palico pattern. He's a short hair cat, and he has a perpetual smile on his face. And he has sort of like I think a dark brown spot and like a white spot and I think like a cream or like a light orange spot on his face. So he's got some spots around his body too.
Can't wait for this character to show up in our campaign because it sounds like a.
The Palico, and his name is Henry.
That's cute.
You can name him whatever you want.
Henry.
And I love him. I can't help it. I just love him. And then I don't know if this was in other Monster Hunters, but in this one, they have little quests for you sometimes. And they're like, I want to help you. Like, I want to be a better helper for you. So can you go, like, catch this thing? And then we can learn together. And then I'll help you more. And I'm like, you got it, Henry. I'll go get you this little bug.
I have a question. I heard that you can like turn on like human voice
I was just
activated
about to
for
ask that.
your Palico. Do you have that, or you
Prison.
just have the meow meow?
Prison. Whoever puts the English voices
Hey,
for the
Thank
cat,
you.
prison. I don't want to
Thank you.
talk to you. I don't trust you. Disgusting.
I was so worried.
Palico speak feline. That's what's with
Yeah,
a
they-
Y.
I only want, if I had a little cat buddy, I mean, obviously all of us own pets and we all wish that we could talk to our pets so they can tell us when their tummy hurts and stuff like that, blah, 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 whatever. But in this video game, I would much rather have like a little buddy walking around, like talking to me in cat voice rather than whatever the fuck the human voice for the cat sounds like. That sounds terrible.
It's awful. I hate it. I can't stand it when I see it. I'm sorry. If you do the human voice for your feline, for your Palico,
Stop fucking listening to this podcast.
are y'all ready to play some Dungeons and Dragons?
I couldn't even hear him do that
I didn't
just
hear
saw
what
his
did you
face.
just like moan into the microphone?
I think he screamed like a hardcore
I
band
did a
would.
hardcore scream. You couldn't hear it here on Discord, but it's gonna come through in the audio, and Alex is
I
gonna
can't
have
wait.
so
I
much
can't
fun listening
wait.
to that.
I might put some blast beats behind it and some guitars. Just
I can't actually scream out loud right now because my kids are sleeping, but I did a quiet version of a hardcore. Yes.
Like Pete Wentz.
yes, exactly like people would. I might put some work on that. That would be pretty funny.
I put a lot of effort into it, so I appreciate
Oh my god,
that.
I'm so excited.
Alrighty. Last we left off, our adventurers were in Mistfall shopping, unwinding, gathering info, praying, and planning for their next steps. They went to the non-denominational chapel at the academy and made offerings to their various gods, some more willingly than others. Loomis left an offering to Dodothal. Would this be enough of a sign of devoutness to Dodothal? The group then went back off to the library to see if Isabella had gathered any more information that could be useful to them. While there, though, they were confronted by a Mistfall representative, Daphil Hogglesbay. As she represents the library and the academy on the council, she was keen to know more about why you all had been using the facilities so much. She had become privy to what you all had learned from Isabella, and you all informed her of your reluctance to trust anyone on the council, as most seemed to be involved somehow with the Torum or just in general compromised. Daphil left to think on her own next steps, leaving you all in the library still. Isabella had gone to the back to gather the research from the past week that she's done on some stuff that you brought up, and she comes back with a small stack of papers for you all to review. It's really just one paper. I said multiple, but there's only one of significance that will be read here today.
She comes out from the back saying exactly that.
Yeah. So you all are in the library. She hands over the notes. Now, when you all left, we had last dug up some letters and artifacts from about 1300 to 1400 years ago. Now, most information from that time has been lost. A whole city destroyed, a whole war across the continent, things like that. People often forget to protect artifacts of knowledge, as we know. And there was a name, though, that had stuck out to me, which was Jasper Covington, who had written one of the letters that we last reviewed. And Jasper seemed to be an arcanist, a leader in the field when the arcane was very young on this continent. So I was like, let's pursue that guy. And now what I found interesting about our last chunk of artifacts here was the similarity between Jasper and Denthalia. Both seemed to be on the ground level of arcane discovery. And surely this made me wonder if they were colleagues of some sort then. And sure enough, their lives overlapped a little bit. How convenient is that? Managed to find something, though, that could at the very least be a little insightful into what's been happening. About 1300 years ago, a citizen from the east of Iceroon had gone to Brynhorn for some sort of arcane assembly, and here is an account that they wrote down. This document is from approximately 1300 years ago, prior to this campaign. Tensions were rather high in the assembly today. A wedge has been created within the membership headed by Denthalia. She suggests that we continue to push the boundaries of arcane in an effort to prove ourselves to Arpatenia. Jasper, myself, and many other members voiced our opposition. We are grateful for the gifts from Arpatenia, but what she suggests would be an affront to the Pantheon. Denthalia and many other members are proposing we search for ways to create consumption. She says with the blessing of Arpatenia that she is to find a way to create a living entity that can consume all. Living things, dead things, the magic in the air itself. I spoke with Jasper about this in private. It is quite concerning what she is suggesting. If such a thing desired by Arpatenia, why isn't Arpatenia creating it themselves? This seems like a plot set forth by the malevolent gods. I have followed under Arpatenia for what is necessary here at the Academy in Brynhorn, but I do not follow him blindly. Those of us who are against Denthalia's ambition are proposing collecting ourselves again in the east, perhaps in Undersilver, perhaps elsewhere, to build a new academy. It would not be so engrossed in Arpatenia, but could branch out into other branches of the arcane and domains of the gods. I only hope that with us leaving the assembly that we are not making a mistake. Are we leaving Denthalia unchecked? What will she create if no one is here to push back? Can our own ambitions thwart hers? I will convene again with Jasper and others, May this note be record of the events on the 5th day of blooming 371 CE. CE being current era.
Gotcha. So, under Silver was Mistfall, right? Isabella, isn't that what we found out?
I believe it was nearby. It was in this general area, yes.
So I guess that didn't work out for them establishing a new academy because it doesn't exist.
Or I haven't fully dug into it, but they might have been part of the general founding of Mistfall. Maybe it started in Under Silver, and then things went to shit, and then they moved on over here, and then started that. I mean, I guess I should know the history of our academy here, but
well, I bet not many people have asked you to go back over 1,000 years. So
that's true.
What you've found already has been more than I could have ever expected. So thank you. Hey, there's not like secret cool catacombs here or anything, are there?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Great. Okay, well, so basically what we've learned is that Dinthalia, not good.
No, that cannot be a good woman.
We've also found out, Isabella, that you're gonna report when something worries you. You're gonna tell people, huh?
If you're implying that I'm some sort of snitch, you can just say that outright. My problem is 3 people confidently thinking that they can stop a god by themselves.
No, I'm joking. I think you were right to. It hadn't even occurred to us to ask for help from the government because so many people in the government have been so awful. So, thank you. Hopefully, Daffel is their name. Can actually provide some help. No, I would have done the same thing in your situation. So, no hard feelings.
Okay. And I did hear that, Loomis, and I understand.
Becky, real quick. So the letter that was just presented to us, who wrote it again?
There was no name attached to it.
There's no name. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it seems like Dinthalia is kind of at the origin of all this. Dinthalia maybe created or helped bring a Torum to life. Like she wanted to create something to consume. Could you create a god? Or was a Torum already around? I'm no history nerd.
If you're posing that question to me a little bit, the gods are a bit of a mystery. So, I mean, I've never heard of just whipping up a god out of thin air, but I suppose if they became big enough, great enough, worshipped enough, then it's possible that they got elevated. If some of the gods, which it kind of sounds like if this was a task blessed by Arpotenia themselves, then that sounds like a god could elevate somebody to godhood, I think, too. So
or a Torum is not a god, and they've just been saying that he is.
That's true too. That's a possibility too.
I think all of this would go down a little smoother with brown ale. What do you think, Loomis?
I mean, no, but I'll go with you. We have to meet up with Ellis anyways.
Yeah, let's go get a drink. Isabella, you want to come with us?
The library's still open, so I will be staying here.
Okay. I'm going to leave a tip for Isabella in the library.
Okay.
I remember they had like a donation jar at the front.
Sure.
The first time we came. I'll make sure to leave another gold as we exit.
Okay.
Thank you again for your help. Anything else you find, remember, end of the world, it's all coming, so anything you can do.
Right. Okay. You all head out of the library and head towards Squirrel's Folly?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When they walk in, they find Ellis in in the corner of the Squirrel's Folly, and he's with he's with Fudge, and what are the other two?
Usher and Cookie Quish.
Yeah.
Usher and Cookie Quish, and he's in the corner on like a ripped up piece of cardboard box, and he's throwing dice, and he's teaching them how to play craps. So you want to roll, on your first roll, you want a 7 or 11. But if you don't roll that number, you want to hit that number twice. But if you hit that 7 or 11 after, you crapped out. And, we can have the main pot in the center. And if y'all want to do side bets on the side, I'm always down for side bets on the side. Are y'all getting paid? Do y'all get money from working here?
We do get some kind of stipend, although arguably we do not know what to do with it exactly, as we don't really have a home or rent or any sort of property or any thing to our name beyond this establishment, which we don't own.
Y'all, that is so perfect that y'all have no sort of expenses or necessary things to spend money on, because that means you can spend it all on gambling. Oh, how I wish I pick up fudge and I'm like, how I wish I was you. Maybe one day I can be one just like you are.
And Cookie Quish just throws down like 20 gold and he goes, watch this, and he rolls some dice and he gets a 9.
Hit. All right, let's see if you hit a 9 again. If you hit a 7 or 11, you're out. But if you hit a 9, you're good.
Okay, boys, watch this.
Just keep rolling.
Uh-oh, it's an 8.
You keep rolling.
Oh,
you keep rolling
Until you get a 9 or a 7-11, I say coming up, and I'll play side bets.
What's up,
Are side bets in?
I got $10. I got $10 on Cookie.
I got a 9. Bingo.
Woo! I pick up Cookie Quish and I'm throwing him in the air. I'm like, you did it! And I'm like, all right, good job, boys. I'll teach you how to play Hold'em next time I'm in town. Y'all can go. I imagine Lauren's maybe watching us from the counter. I'm just like, y'all could probably go back to work now.
Goodbye.
Hey y'all, what's up? Did y'all have fun? Whatever fun you could have at a library.
Well, you heard us meeting a member of the council here in Mistfall.
Yeah, I was pretty bummed about that.
Me too, actually.
If y'all were gonna get cornered by some government officials, man, I wish I was there. But I wasn't. I was eating chicken tenders and drinking beer. I mean, I was in and out paying attention. Are we good? Are we in trouble?
No, I don't think we are, actually. I mean, Loomis, what was your read on it? I think she actually did want to help.
Yeah, I think they want to help. It just, I don't fully trust them.
A quick, what's the main thesis? Obviously I can think of a reason why we wouldn't trust them. From y'all, what's the main thesis for, why we don't trust them?
Mainly because of Granick and all the other government officials that we've met so far have been part of Atorum's greater plan.
Yeah, she could be double crossing us if she's not earnest.
Or she could the other people in the council who we know we can't trust, they are aware that we treat Mistfall as a home base. So I mean, they could try and shake down the council here. I mean, it's just the more information that gets out, the more at risk we are, the more at risk they are if they try to come and intimidate. But
I mean, my biggest fear personally is, I mean, we talked about this, Emil, you and I, earlier today, but y'all, we were just in Theron Hill and we committed felonies. We committed crimes, hard crimes, and pretty much up until this point, the benefit to us acting just the four of us plus the fucking Court of Outlaws, which is a criminal organization, is that we could kind of act according to our own moral compass, and make those decisions as be. My biggest fear is now that more governmental people have potential oversight over us, that they might be yeah, go free, go stop Atorum, and then in the post game, once this is all over, they're just war crime, jail forever. But I mean, I suppose we'll cross that bridge when we get there. The pro is that if y'all, I mean, I think she brings up a good point. Having help to defeat y'all, if we could somehow gather I mean, an army would be great. A militia would be fine. Like, any help would be sick.
I guess that's true. I mean, even if we do face trials and questions after this, if we're facing questions and trials afterwards, that means we succeeded, which is good, right?
Absolutely. I completely agree. So yeah, well, I mean, if that's a bridge that we need to cross, we'll cross it when we get there. And, you know, at this point, I'm good at blowing people's faces off,
So, I mean, I propose in the meantime, then, that you've got something to take care of tonight, right, Ellis? Can we help with that? I mean, Ninoxious has helped us so much.
I mean, only if y'all want to. It's hey, y'all, I want this to be this is fun. I want this to be fun. Do y'all want to have fun tonight? Y'all want to cause a little mayhem, have some fun?
I guess.
I would like that. And I think it would be more narratively interesting if we stuck together.
Oh well, okay, we could stick together, but also, so I like pull out this little satchel of 100 zines that I made, and I'm like, so I made these 100 zines. Now Ninoxious, look, he doesn't really have like a Bible or like text or anything to like really like follow like specific stuff, so I'm really just kind of going off vibes most of the time. And most of the time, he just like he wants chaos. He wants, you know, mischievous activities. But he also wants people to like him. Like that's he wants people to come to his side. So there's like there's a bit of a balance there. So we don't want to just like blow up a fucking grocery store and be like, ah, and like hope that people will come to Ninoxious' side, because that probably won't work. My plan personally was I have 100 of these. There's you, there's me, there's you, and there's you. And I'm pointing at the three of y'all. That's 25 a pop. We can have a little fun. I was thinking we could have a little fun competition. You can personally take these 25 zines, and wherever you feel best to go, I'm talking public parks, schools, apartment complexes, homes, like businesses, just the street, like wherever you feel would be the funniest place to maybe play a little prank, cause a little mayhem. I would ask, don't hurt anybody, please. And we just kind of go into the night. A light vandalism, maybe. I have an idea of what I want to do. So I call dibs on whatever, like, city hall. If there's a city hall in Mistfall, I call dibs on that space. But if y'all are down, I kind of just want to, let's just go fuck around. And if you notice, every one of these zines has a gold attachment. I'm trying to bribe the people.
Oh, I've got ideas. This sounds fun. I'm in.
I love it. I'd say all of us, Loomis, you can just hang out. Let's crush a couple beers. Let's get a little loose. Let's get a little crazy. And then let's just, like, you know, fraternity style, let's just go out and cause a little bit of trouble on the town.
Is the intention to prank people and then hand them a pamphlet?
I mean, again, this is all open to interpretation. I have not thought this like through very much past this point. It's really kind of whatever y'all kind of feel. Prank people. I mean, if you like, I even think of walking up to somebody's house and like throwing one of these zines, because it is attached to a solid metal gold coin, just like throwing it through their window would be funny. Like, but you know, that is causing somebody. If somebody broke my window and the note said "worship this god," I would be like, "Fuck that god."
We could add like
so
"worship
again,
this god" or "will happen again."
Maybe we set up some sort of like mafia-based thing of like.
I've got some ideas.
We gotta protect you.
And I look at Helena and I'm like, Helena, you are welcome to partake if you want. Granted, I know people. This is all for, you know, bringing people into Ninoxious' worship. That might not be your bag. If it's not your bag, hey, no judgment. I ain't judging.
I am going to think of it as handing out donations to people, as there is one gold coin on each of these papers.
And I like that. That could be very, very straightforward. Walking up to a random person and say, "Hey, worship this god. Here's a gold coin." That strategy would probably work better than most other strategies.
Would helping to promote Ninoxious hurt my, I guess, attempt to win favor with Dotathal right now?
Loomis, I have no idea.
Loomis, I might
So-
be able to offer some assistance here. We are allowed to worship multiple gods. I mean, many people out here in the world do worship multiple gods. Like Dotathal is real and exists for everyone, just like Siloria does, just like Ninoxious does. So promoting another god isn't necessarily sacrilegious to Dotathal. I think you'll be okay.
I mean, I would even say one of the pros of having a pantheon is that I think the average civilian, you're going to pray to Siloria during harvest season. If you're going out for a night out on the town with, your friends looking to cause a little mischief, you'll pray to Ninoxious. If a family member of yours passes away, you might say a prayer to Dotathal. I think that's like the benefit of the pantheon is that, some people like me and Helena here will kind of silo in on one god, but I think that the normal average Joe, hey, pray to the one that kind of fits your poison at the moment.
You could also make it like a fun game of Dotathal or Ninoxious or something. I don't know. There's something in there. I think of.
I think so.
I don't
know.
So
how does everybody feel? Does this sound fun? I don't want to pressure anybody into this.
This sounds so fun.
This sounds fun.
I guess I'll do it.
I say let's just to kind of turn this into maybe gamify it. It's what time is it right now? You reckon, Becky?
I think it's probably dinner time.
So, is the sun down?
Yeah. We'll say the sun is just now setting.
Perfect. It's sunset. It's about to get spooky, creepy. Feel free to get some food in, get some drink, and once we're all ready, let's set a 3-hour timer, and the city is your playground, and then we will all meet back here at the end of that timer, and we'll check in, and I will non-biasedly award the winner of the Ninoxious challenge tonight.
Okay.
Most excellent.
Are you included in the contest?
Yes, I am included in it. That's why I said non-biasedly. I will be participating, but if y'all do something cooler than what I do, y'all get the reward.
Well, isn't that kind of subjective of you?
Yes.
Very tricky. Very.
Hey, that's Ninoxious, baby.
That's the whole thing, right? With the Ninoxious.
I think. I think. I don't know.
Come on, Loomis. It's gonna be fun.
Oh, I'm in. I'm just making it clear that Ellis can clearly just pick himself.
Loomis, yes, you are very right. And as of right now, I'm picking myself. So y'all got to step it up. Y'all got to prove to me / Ninoxious that you're better, because that'll just give me something to work hard. I'll work harder to. I got to strive better.
Sounds good.
All right, everybody, hands in the middle. Squirrel's fully on 3.
All right.
Hands in.
Loomis's hand is in.
Okay, great. 1, 2, 3.
Squirrel's
Foolies. Ninoxious. And I just take off sprinting out the door.
Maybe we should get Helena's cutscene first. I can't wait to see what she does with these pamphlets.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the ad break for our podcast. This could get dicey. It's episode 82. Thank you all so much for sticking around and making it this far with us. If you are a fellow audiophile like me, you might notice that this podcast might sound a little bit different on this episode, maybe a little clearer, a little crisper. And that is because we all got brand new spanking microphones, fancy ones. We also got these cute, awesome little podcast arms because we're really we're a professional podcast now. We're professionals for real now, and that the only reason that we have these awesome new tools to make this podcast sound so great It's because of our beautiful and wonderful patrons. Thank y'all so much. It is because of your donations to our, the art that we make that we're able to grow and that we're able to improve it for y'all. And trust me, y'all, we will never be able to thank y'all enough. And hopefully, we can just keep making this podcast be better, sound better, look better, however we can make it better because of y'all. And if you are interested in becoming a member of our Patreon, head on over to patreon.com/TCGDpod. Choose a tier that works for you, whatever works for your budget. We also have a free tier, as you all know, and it's super free, no pressure, no strings attached, and you get to see this little video we make every week called This Did Get Dicey. It's a little talkback episode, and you just get to see our little faces. Also, something you can do is head on over to Apple Podcasts and leave a rating or a review. And like I say, if you leave a review, I'll read it on this podcast. And for the first time in a very long time, we have a new review from a fellow patron and my good buddy, Kyle Van Houten. I will read it now. This has become one of my favorite shows to listen to. It just keeps being higher quality, funnier, and more compelling every week. Sometimes when I don't have time to listen to the whole new episode, I just listen to the Beautiful Day segment and smile at how lovely everyone making this show is. That was the end of the review, and this is just me talking to you, the audience. I'm a stupid moron with an ugly face and a big butt, and my butt smells, and I like to kiss my own butt. Thank you, Calvin. I really, really appreciate the kind review, and I appreciate the great Simpsons reference from season 3, episode 7. Beautiful Mo Sislak bit. Please, y'all, head on over to Apple Podcasts and leave a review. I'll read it out loud. I promise. I'd say whatever. I'll say whatever you want me to say. I'll do it. But anyway, you can share, rate, support the podcast, tell a friend, word of mouth, whatever you got to do. We really, really appreciate it. This ad break's gone on way too long. I'm just so full of gratitude. I can't keep it all inside. Okay, it's spilling out. It's oh my gosh, the mess. We got to get back to the episode.
You all, at different speeds, I imagine, head out from the Squirrel's Folly and make your way around town. There's obviously various trees in town, and Helena goes to one of the largest ones, not the Academy one nor the City Hall one, but another large one that is in the city, and calls up to the tree, "Woodland creatures, please, gather to me.
Yes,
Come to my aid in this evening."
Hell yeah.
Right, she got a pretty good persuasion check. And down from the trees come some birds and some squirrels, and even like a couple of like little lizards kind of come down and gather around her, and she starts handing out the pamphlets to each one of the creatures. Creatures, you are creatures of the night, as it is becoming evening here. I ask that you aid me here, both as a representative of Siloria typically, as well as tonight a representative for Ninoxious. We're handing out charity, we'll call it that, to different people around town. Each of these pamphlets speaks of Ninoxious. Not my favorite god, but that doesn't matter. But also attached to it is a gold coin, and people need gold, almost certainly. I ask you, creatures of the night, to go out to people's houses and bring them one of these pamphlets, and that is it. That is the task for you all. Ready? Hands in. And all their little hands go in.
All 25 of these raccoons or whatever.
Yeah, some raccoons, some owls, and there's probably like 15 of them, and they all put their little hands in, and she hands out the pamphlets and break, and they run out.
This is the right way to use the champion of a god.
Yeah. Yeah. When they break, though, they go for Siloria, and they're like, "We are Team Siloria. We're going to win." And are we doing any? Alex, this is your game. Are we like dice rolling to see how many people are like persuaded, or how many of these get to the people?
I'm only judging it by off of like how cool / effective Ellis thinks. So like any dice rolls can be up to you, but Ellis is only judging off the general coolness vibe of,
Okay.
of
I'm gonna roll a d20 to see like how effective telling creatures to go like hand out pamphlets is. You know, like how many of them
Cool.
just like take the pamphlets and like go back up the tree. So I'm just gonna roll a d20 and it'll be like scale from 1 to 20 here.
Sure.
It's 3. It's a 3. So I imagine they break and scamper away from Helena, and she's like, "Job well done, creatures of the night," and then like just goes back up to the Squirrel's Folly and sits down with
that's
an ale.
25 gold of mine wasted.
Just chilling on the floor.
She's like, "Most excellent." It sits down, and like probably 3 of the pamphlets like get to somebody. I imagine some of them are just like owls just drop them into people's like yards.
Helena,
feel
you're
like
done
this-
already? We haven't even left yet.
Oh, I am most certainly done. You all will not top what I did.
I do like the idea of like, you know, there's like this old man sitting on his porch drinking a cup of tea before bed, and some fucking raccoon runs up to him with like a pamphlet, and he just like screams and runs back inside. He's just like, I'm not gonna take a piece of thing from a raccoon. That's crazy.
I would.
If
If
you
raccoon
offered
came
me a
up to
piece
you
of
all?
paper, I would take it.
I would take it. And that is Helena's efforts here.
Emil's ready.
Who's next? Yeah.
You all are thinking too small. I'll be back, and I'll head out. I'm gonna head towards the docks. I'm gonna approach the docks, and I'm gonna say, Gil, are you here? Looking for the dock worker who let us know what was going on
That's right.
with the ship that had been taken. The kind of a silly, stupid one.
Yeah, I'm here, man. What's going on? Did something happen? Is your boat gone, or like did someone steal your shipment, or like
No,
did
no,
you get robbed, or like do you need help on like a boat or something?
I do need a little bit of help, and I thought you were just the guy for the job. Do you remember who I am?
Emil? Yeah.
That's right.
Right. You helped with the lobster that was taking the gold and the metal stuff from people.
Good job remembering my name. I'm surprised last time we talked you had some issues with names.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I couldn't remember if it was like Veronica or
Sure.
Samantha
Absolutely, yeah.
or Jessica.
We found out eventually.
Right.
Gil, I want to know what's being shipped out in the morning. Like, what are some outgoing shipments?
Let me go get the manifest here. And he goes to like the little shack that they have at the dock that, you know, that's where stuff happens at the dock. And he pulls out the manifest for the morning. Looks like we're sending out some cabbages and bales of kale. That's crazy. And we're gonna send out some fish and some refined metal bars, like ingots. And we're gonna be sending out some wood, and it looks like maybe some beer.
This is
or
perfect.
brown ale.
Perfect. I'm going to be very straightforward with you because I've helped, you and the dock workers here. I have something I want to put into these crates, Willy Wonka
Okay.
style,
Okay.
golden ticket style. How do you feel about that?
Cool. That's so cool. Can I
Oh,
have
really?
one?
You're into that?
Well, can I have one?
Yeah. Here, take one.
Nice.
In the name of Ninoxious, I grant you one of these zines.
Cool. So when do we get to look at the chocolate factory?
That's pretty good. Read the pamphlet, and it'll basically be a chocolate factory tour in itself. Can I get on the ship and put some stuff in some boxes?
No.
Wait, but I gave you one. You said I could.
Oh. Yeah.
All right, that's what I'm talking about. I'll just walk past him onto the gangplank of the closest ship. I'm gonna take like 4 to 5 of each at a time, and like add them to crates. I'll like roll them up as tight as possible and like put them inside of the fish, like inside of a fish's mouth.
Okay.
And in between the leaves of the cabbage heads, taped like to the iron ingots. I'll close those boxes back up after putting all of them in, and I'll say to Gil, wherever this is going, some people there are going to get in on a really cool secret, and you too, my friend. Make sure you read this really carefully and follow what it says.
Is the secret like the secret recipe to the chocolate?
Something like that. Something
Okay.
like that, Gil.
Nice. You don't know this. I'm telling you this right now. I've like always wanted to own some sort of like candy shop so that I could sell like chocolate and lollipops and hard candy, like the
Dude.
strawberry ones, and the caramels, both like the chewy caramels and the harder caramels.
Oh,
You know
grab
the
him by the
one-
shoulders. Gil, do you know who can make that happen? Not me.
You? Oh,
No, not me. It's not me. Right here, and I'll tap the zine. He can.
Ninoxious?
That's right. That's right. Gil, you have a good night, okay? And next time I
Okay.
see you, I can't wait to buy a caramel from you.
Hail Ninoxious.
And I will head back to the Squirrel's Folly.
All right.
I look at Loomis and I go, what are you doing, bud? Get out there.
Becky, is there like a town center?
Yes. In the center of town, there's like a crossroads that kind of divides the town up into different chunks. And in the center of it is a fountain, I believe. It's just like a nice looking fountain with like a forest sort of decorations. There's not like a person, it's not like one of those ones where it's like a person pouring anything. It's like just like a nice typical from the center fountain that spills over into different like giant leaves. Why am I so hung up on this fountain, everybody? Anyways, and at the center of it, it's like a nice like cobblestone square. There's some benches and some smaller trees, and like one path leads up to the town hall, and the other one leads over to the academy, and then one of the roads leads back to the front gates, and then one of them leads over to like where you all go typically for the Squirrel's Folly. But it's a pretty plain little town center.
Is there people around?
Yeah, since it's just kind of the sun just now setting, there's still some people kind of like heading out to the Squirrel's Folly or like other restaurants in town. There's some people like wrapping up their work in their shops in the stalls from like the front of town. So there's some people kind of just ambling about.
Follow-up question, because I forgot how it works. The deck of illusions that I have, to activate it, do I just like pull out a card or roll, and then an illusion will appear and I'll be able to control said illusion, or it just appears?
I think it just appears where the card is. I don't think it, but let me double check. An illusion of one or more creatures forms over the thrown card and remains until dispelled. An illusory creature appears real, of the appropriate size, and behaves as if it were a real creature, as presented in the monster manual, except that it can do no harm.
Okay. And we have 3 hours?
Yes.
Okay. If possible, within my 3 hours, Loomis would like to set up a sort of booth of sorts. Kind of like setting up a game at a carnival. And he wants to put just like beat the mysterious monster, win a prize.
Okay.
And then I don't know how long that booth will take. But he wants to be very unlike himself, but he wants to start gaining attention of just like something is being built here, something is about to happen. And then once said booth is made, hopefully some people are noticing, Loomis is going to pull out the deck of illusions and then kind of just throw a card in the center of town and then see what appears.
Okay. Let's get Loomis to do their best like Carney voice here, and like what does it sound like when Loomis is calling out to the crowd?
Can Loomis instead try to persuade someone to do the voice for him?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Loomis is going to go to just like a nearby shop, go to the salesman, and they want to use their unnatural charm ability to essentially, it's going to try to attempt to charm them
Nice.
so he can tell them to do whatever he wants them to do.
Okay. Is there like a save, or do they
Yes,
just...
you
okay.
will need to roll you'll need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, you walk in and it's this like short, kind of round man who's like balding on the top of his head, and he wears like really big like Coke bottle glasses, so his eyes like appear really big. And you walk in and you're like, "Hey, come with me," basically. And he's like, "Yes, sir, I got you. Whatever you need, I'm here for you. I'm here to help you. Yes, sir."
Great. I need you to call attention to the center of town for a game that I am hosting for the evening.
"No problem. Yes, sir. I got you under control. Yes, sir. No problem." And he like waddles out to the middle of the square. "Come on, come all to this man's booth. He's got prizes and stuff for you to come do."
Tell them that if they beat the monster, they get a gold.
"Come on, come on. If you can beat this monster from this man's collection of stuff, he'll give you a gold."
Is anyone like at all looking or interested?
Let us see. Yeah, a little kid comes up.
Perfect.
"Hi, mister. I got time on my hands,
The target audience.
The target audience.
and I love games."
Great. All you have to do is not let this monster harm you, and you'll get a gold.
"Oh, what? I've always wanted to be an adventurer."
Cool. And Loomis throws one of the cards from the deck of illusion.
Alrighty, roll a d20, I believe,
A 17.
and also a d10, because it's 34 cards. That doesn't make sense. Actually, roll a second d20.
Okay. An 18.
Kenny, what is that math? 35.
32. You're an 18 plus 14?
18 plus 17.
35.
35.
35.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. Roll a d6.
Oh my god.
We're subtracting now.
5.
Okay, 30. All right, you pull out the 9 of clubs and send it into the middle of this square here, and out from it an ogre appears, and the little kid, "I don't know, mister. Oh, I don't know about this.
I thought you
That's
wanted
a-
to be an adventurer.
That's a big boy, though. I don't know, man."
Adventurers are up for any challenge.
Okay. And he's gonna look around for like a stick. And the ogre is like, like throwing its arms to the side and letting out like a terrible roar, and like stomping around trying to like grab at stuff. And the little kid grabs a stick and he's like, "Okay, here goes nothing. If I die, let my parents know that I love them very much."
Jesus.
And he goes and he sprints towards the ogre and like swings the stick really hard at the ogre's kneecaps, and the ogre disappears. Oh my god, I did it!
Great. Here's a gold.
Oh,
If
thank
you
you,
bring
miss.
more of your friends over, I'll give you 2 more gold.
Oh, okay.
And I hand him the pamphlet.
Okay. Wow, and a pamphlet for Ninoxious. Yeah, he runs away, and you see him like talking to like a group of kids. And in the meantime, another guy walks up and is like, "Hey, this looks like a game. I like games. I love game.
And then Loomis just does this. He just pulls out a deck, lets someone do it. Especially with the kids. Like if kids come, they're like, hey, Loomis is like, hey, if you bring 2 more friends, I'll give you more gold. And he just hands them more pamphlets until all the pamphlets are gone.
Okay, yeah, you do this. You go through 20 cards from the card. We're not gonna roll through it, but you have 14 cards left in the deck.
Okay,
we'll say that. But there's a variety of creatures that pop up. We got a Medusa can be on this list. An Aranyes. These are terrifying creatures. Some of them are just little guys like kobolds. An assassin pops up. A bugbear, a little goblin. So a variety of creatures here pop up, but eventually you pass out all your pamphlets.
Hopefully there's been a crowd. Like maybe like as people have been defeating these monsters, people are like looking, cheering on, whatnot. And then Loomis starts tearing down his booth, tells the guy that helped him out that he can go home now. And it's just like, yeah, this was all for Ninoxious or whatever. And then just leaves.
And you hear like mumblings from the crowd as you're leaving. They're like, boy, I don't understand this game at all, but thanks, Ninoxious.
Ellis watches with a mischievous pride as he realizes that no matter what happens, no matter what he does, no matter how successful they are, he's already won. He's successfully convinced 3 of his friends to go out and like spread the word of Ninoxious, and that alone, like to him, is just like that's already like an A+. And I kind of like mutter under my breath out loud to Ninoxious, just like, I told you, I'm your number one. I'm the number one. Who's doing it like Ellis is? And Ellis walks out of the Squirrel's Folly and finds because the Squirrel's Folly is like on the top of a tree, right? And we have to take like an elevator up and down, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
He goes out on the balcony and like kind of looks over the city of Mistfall and just really breathes it in and holds out his hands and snaps his fingers as he casts his Mask of Many Faces to cast disguise self on himself. And on his body now is very, very, very tight black leather pants. Tucked in is a black tank top tucked into those tight leather pants, and on top of those tight leather pants is like those like half fur coats that really only do the arms. It's like they're like those cropped
the bolero jacket.
Yeah, kind of, but it's like feathers, big black feathers on it, and on his face is just a big raven's mask. And he just kind of like looks over the city with his arms up, just like, yes. As he casts, and he realizes that he has 3 hours, he has 3 tasks that he wants to accomplish, and he needs to accomplish his tasks quickly. So he will cast polymorph on himself at 4th level. Nice. And turn himself into a raven.
Let's go.
Now, the first place he goes to, he understands that the best way to tackle propaganda is you got to get to the children. You got to get to the kids first, and you got to poison their minds. So Ellis heads to like the Mistfall public school, like public elementary school, which is like closed. Like it's closed right now, right? Because it's sundown, and he's gonna spend his first hour just like sneaking through the public school, just like planting like a third of these pamphlets just like underneath the water fountain, next to the playground, like under the slide, just casually placing them around the public school. And then next he wants to go to kind of like if there is a lower class neighborhood. I imagine there's like an affluent neighborhood. I want to go to more of a middle class, lower class neighborhood. And I just want to walk down the street. Well, before I walk down the street, I will expend another 3rd level spell slot to cast major. I'll spend 10 minutes casting major image, and around myself is just this like tornado torrent of ravens that I'm just like controlling like the image of as they like all funnel around me, and I am just walking like pompously and proudly down the street. It's sundown. I imagine most people are inside their homes, but as I'm walking down the street, almost like a paper boy, I am just tossing a pamphlet with a gold coin and hopefully like hitting the front doors of houses.
All I can think about is that scene from Spider-Man 3 when he gets he's like
I am Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 3.
Yes, you're doing like the finger pointing thing. Your hair looks all cool and gelled
and like if people are like acknowledge like are seeing me, I'm like not. I am just like this crazy raven feathered figure walking down the street trying to look as cool as possible, like paperboying coins out. And then with my third hour, I will make my way to City Hall, whatever the City Hall is. And on the side of City Hall, I will pull out all the cans of black spray paint that I bought. And I will spray paint on the wall a raven that's very, very like comic booky. Has like its tongue out. It's like has funny looking eyes. Its little wings are given the finger, like double fingers.
Sure.
And in a big speech bubble, it'll say Ninoxious was here. Fuck the government. And I will just like spray paint that for my last hour. And when I'm done, I just like look at my creation and just like a silent tear falls from my eye as this is probably the best work I've ever done in my whole life.
Just for fun, let's have you do a performance check.
Absolutely. I'm going to roll my new dice that I got at the Renaissance.
That you found again? After
that
losing
I did
twice.
re-find. I lost them twice. That's a natural 19, baby, for a +6 for a 25.
All right. Everything goes off without a hitch. You look
Nice.
great. You know, your outfit's great. Your illusion's great. Your graffiti is outstanding. It's one of those things where it's like the DA's not gonna prosecute you because it's so good. They're just like, we're just gonna leave it up.
Oh, it's just like a mural now?
It's now a mural. Yeah. It's not graffiti. It's a mural. That's what you've done here today at the city.
I did like an I love you so much like
Yeah.
thing, but it's just like, fuck the government.
You're my butter half.
Exactly. And then once I I will just once I finish all that, I'll polymorph back into a raven, expending another spell slot because I'm at, this is over the course of 3 hours, and I will just take my time and just like really, this is my first time ever casting polymorph, and just really breathing it in, being a bird, being a raven, and just like soaring over the city of Mistfall and make my way back to the Squirrel's Folly.
As you're soaring over the city, you see Emil, and you see Loomis, and you see the woodland creatures just kind of chewing on the pamphlets. And job well done as you head back to the Squirrel's Folly to reconvene with everybody.
I'd like to imagine too that because I'm a bird, I probably got back faster, so by the time that everybody else gets back, I am sitting at a booth. I am still in this like get up, this like really, really fancy like David Bowie-esque like goth get up, and I'm like drinking a beer, and I'm just like, oh, took you long enough to show up, y'all.
Do we recognize you? Aren't you in a disguise?
I would say that it's me. Like it's like the Squirrel's Folly. It's like the normal Squirrel's Folly, and then you just see some dude in some like really gaudy ravens get up. You're like, oh, that's fucking Ellis.
The boots
Ellis,
are
I've
giveaway.
been here for 2.5 hours actually.
Oh shit! That was I didn't realize. I was trying to flex on y'all. You did it in 30 minutes.
I did it in 30 minutes.
You definitely got a time bonus. If there's now bonuses, you got the time bonus.
Most excellent.
So how'd everybody do?
Mine went well. zines are going international or intercity.
Intercontinental.
I put them on. I put them on the next ship out of Mistfall.
I like it. That's smart. Oh, okay. I like that, Emil. Helena, how did you manage to accomplish your task so quickly?
I called to the woodland creatures of the night to aid me in handing out pamphlets. It was an easy thing to do, to call upon them and hand them all out, and then off they scurried to hand them out.
And are you aware of their success rate? Like, do you feel confident that they did a good job?
100% success, of course.
Sick, awesome, great. Loomis, what about you?
I guess it went well. All the pamphlets were taken. A lot of them were kids. I guess that's good. I think people had fun. But we're also scared at the same time. Didn't you say something about Ninoxious liking to have fun but being terrified of?
Absolutely. I love the creativity, Loomis, and the kids angle. We're on the same kind of wavelength. So kind of judging everybody right now. Helena, you got a bunch of little rascals, and you kind of like embrace like the nature aspect. I like it, putting your own little flair on it, the blending the yin and the yang of the two gods. I like that. It's good. Emil, you went global. Of course you did. Very, 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 very broad scaled, and I wouldn't expect anything less from a very business savvy mind like your own. And Loomis, like focusing on the community, gathering people together. That's really, honestly, I'm surprised, Loomis. That's incredible. That's really, really powerful. I think the face-to-face aspect will help a lot. But I mean, if this is a competition, y'all, sadly, y'all only did one thing. I did three things. So just like kind of by comparison, I blew y'all out of the fucking water. I poisoned an elementary school. I went after the working class.
You poisoned school.
Poisoned.
Metaphorically, like I poisoned the minds of an elementary school.
I just need you to say, like, just the poisoning is the paper, not necessarily like a physical thing that these children are going to be in danger.
No, I didn't like pour poison in their water supply. No. I poisoned their minds with these pamphlets.
You should really work on your word choice.
We you Pink Floyded them.
Yeah, I pink. And then I went to like a lower class, working class neighborhood, and I kind of paperboyed them up. And then I fucking tagged up City Hall. Fuck the government. They can't hold me down. So naturally, Ellis Vidove is the winner of the Ninoxious challenge. But we're all winners here tonight.
Emil stands up and starts clapping.
What was that, Loomis? I missed it.
I said, I'm surprised that you won.
I am too. It's a really honor to accept this reward. I'd like to thank God, my God, Ninoxious, and my family. Y'all are kind of my family. I will
I'll take out the minor illusion coin while he's speaking and turn it into a bouquet and like hand it to him and just keep clapping.
Oh my gosh! Thank you so much. I like put on my kiss to Emil, like my cheek. I'm like, a kiss.
Yes, I give him a little smooch.
It's an honor. Y'all, I honestly thank y'all so much for helping me. I think this is gonna no matter what. Obviously this competition is bullshit. The fact that we all kind of spent a couple hours tonight spreading the good/bad word of Ninoxious, I think it's gonna score me some major brownie points. I really appreciate it, y'all.
And who knows? We said we needed an army. Maybe we're gaining an army by doing this.
Army of elementary school kids.
That's right, an army of children. And internationals.
Let's go kill God.
Do you all do anything else tonight, or just sort of celebrate here with Ellis?
Just celebrate for sure. But logistically, what are we doing when we wake up tomorrow? We're gonna get our stuff from the Venzo's Variety Bird. Fingers crossed that it makes it here with all of our stuff. And then, what? We are going to Breinhorn, I guess.
No, we're going to Venzor.
I'm sorry, Venzor I meant to say?
Yes. Let's wake up in the morning. We'll go to Venzor. We'll stake out to see if Granix at his house. And if he's there, we'll smoke his loser ass.
I like it. I'd like to see my family if that's okay.
Oh yeah, we'll see your family too. Would you like to see your family before or after? I would say I'd personally vote before. Because if we smoke Grandis' ass, we gotta go.
Could be the same thing where we gotta get out of town quickly.
We're just we're doing felony in this town. Felony. I think I've committed a felony tonight for sure by trespassing on an elementary school property and then defacing a government building. Who I'm sure that the new friend that y'all made today at the library will not be super.
I'm sure she knows.
But for now, let's live it up. Let's have some drinks. I taught the robots how to play throw craps. This is our last night before we get back to work.
Nice.
And with that, we will end our episode.
Our Zine Quest.
Our Zine Quest tonight. Haha.
Zine Quest. This is what it must feel like to be an evangelical.
Just like this.
This must be exactly what it's like to go door to door in a fanciful costume. Defacing government property.
This could get dicey.
Could.
Hello, if you made it this far, then you must really like us, so please check out our Patreon for some free content. You don't have to pay anything to get our free after the episode talk. Follow us on social media at TCGD Pod, pretty much wherever. We're on Blue Sky now, which is exciting. And be sure to tune in to our next episode on April 9th. Yes, episode 83. Check it out on Wednesday.